All right. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. Let's just start by going around the room. Amy, what do you have?
Well, I saw this yesterday and I thought it was cool. At first, I was like, is this AI? Am I being tricked? But it really did look like Jeff Bezos. And did you see him saying that if people make, like he used a nurse as an example, a nurse making $75,000 a year shouldn't pay taxes?
Yeah, his thing was if you're in the bottom 50%, you should not pay taxes. But he also did not commit to all billionaires paying even more taxes.
That's what I found to be a little like, I'm like, okay, well, step up.
Also, it's very easy to say this because you know it's not going to happen. And I think a lot of these billionaires that aren't using their money in positive ways or are finding ways to not pay taxes are now a bit on a promo tour to go, no, we want to, but they're never held accountable to their words because they don't have to be.
Oh, so you don't think it's going to happen?
I do not.
He was acting like-
I don't even think he wants it to happen.
Gosh, he sure acted like it was a no-brainer.
It could be a no-brainer, but yeah, you can just say that. It's like when Eddie goes, I want to give a kidney to somebody.
No, I really do. Like someday.
And Jeff Bezos wants the lower half of people to not have to pay taxes.
Oh.
I did see it, though, and there were some great points made, but however, the points will never be enforced, nor do I think he really wants them enforced. This is just my opinion.
Yeah, it was a clip on CNBC.
He looked pretty good, too. He had like hair, like facial hair and stuff.
You look good?
Well, he just looked like not evil villain Jeff Bezos. And maybe that was part of he wanted to look a little softer because he's going the bottom half. All this is, everything's manicured with these folks. Like not even just physically, but what they're saying. They have so many people telling them.
But you know what's interesting about him, too, is that he remains bald even though he has so much money. He could probably like create the perfect hairdo.
I think when you're bald for so long, like completely bald,
Yeah, if
it's kind of hard to have hair.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Oh, yeah.
You can't really launch back in because on this yesterday, he had a little bit of the side hair.
Which I thought was interesting, but to your point, maybe he did it to soften himself because it wasn't as like tight and shiny and like evil villain.
It was not Lex Luthor, evil villain.
Yeah.
And he had a little bit of a goatee beard. And so when I saw him saying this, my mind automatically goes to why is he saying this? Because I know he doesn't believe it or he could have done something already with his money. The only person who donates that I know from all of his money outwardly and openly is his ex-wife.
That's awesome.
Who donates millions and millions at a time. And so I don't think he wants to be seen as like a bad guy. So if you don't want to be seen as a bad guy, say good guy stuff, especially when you're never held accountable.
Yeah. I guess it's just, I mean, I don't know if they ever ask themselves this question or if anybody asks it of them, like directly. But that's what I would be curious about. I just want to say, like, why when you have $270 billion, which is what he's worth, which, okay, yeah, you created this company, whatever. But, like, at what point enough is enough? Like, why not? Why still skirt around things and figure out how to pay as least as you can or as little as you can?
I have a few answers to that I think is what they would answer. Number one, I do just want to say Mackenzie Scott, formerly Mackenzie Bezos, has donated over $26 billion to more than 2,000 nonprofit organizations since her 2019 pledge to give away the majority of her wealth. Wild.
Amazing.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Now, to answer your question, I don't think with these billionaires, it's about I could give away all this and it still not affect me. I think it's I need to have more than the other billionaires, and the more I have, the more power I have. If I'm number 1, 2, or 3, imagine the newspapers, and Bezos has a newspaper. Imagine the things that you can buy on a large scale that influences people in a way that you want people influenced. It's a power thing more than it is just having money and not spending it.
I understand that, but if all the billionaires are held to the same standard of paying the same percentage towards...
They're not going to be. Yeah.
Well, why are we?
Because we don't have enough money. We don't have enough money to pay people like a lobbyist.
All right, I get it. I know.
Or,
it was
or a politician to create a tax code that says A, B, and C, and if you do this, you don't have to pay your taxes because you're
No, I mean, I get it. I'm not above little like, oh, wow, if you do this little loop-de-loo, like you don't have to pay this extra $5,000 or you're going to get this money back. Like, okay. I guess just for them, just so much of the burden or so many things wouldn't have to be canceled or money shifted from one program to the next if they would just like, and it would mean nothing to them. They would still have power.
And it still means nothing to them because they don't really know and understand it because they never had to experience it. Elon Musk has almost $8 trillion. He has over $850 billion.
Speaking of, what's up with his baby mama?
One of them. He has many kids.
I know. The
You're
one
talking
do
about Ashley St. Clair?
Yes.
What's
So
up
many
with her?
people
What happened to her?
She's now online, kind of just giving all the secrets.
claiming some stuff about him, and so many people I see them, they're like, man, I want to believe her, and like I feel like she's telling the truth. It just sucks that she was doing a get ready with me while she was telling all this like serious information. She's like putting on concealer, and it's like, oh, you know, there might be a little more validity here if we weren't putting on makeup while we were talking about it. But
I believe no one ever until they prove they should be believed. So
well, so you didn't even believe. Like I believe maybe his hair and softness got to me. Maybe that's why I thought it was AI. But I believed like, oh wow, he really wants to try to figure out a way to implement this for the people that are earning a certain amount. Like
that would be nice, but there would be no reason for him to change what he's been doing for the last 20 years unless there was a real reason for him to change, which is something that would benefit him. Like there are certain of these guys that have notoriously bad reputations or being bad people. Like Sam Altman, people say that is a bad dude. Like
yeah, I just don't think he has any.
Like he has no interest of any humanity
yeah,
at all. It's
obviously.
all power. He's OpenAI, guys. He's
No
ChatGPT.
empathy.
He's
Okay.
Got it. I had to
I didn't know
Google.
who that was.
No.
he's the one that's trying to create portals, supposedly. I don't know him. I don't know him. And I don't believe anybody. But if like 14 people independent say the same thing, I go, well, maybe there's something to it. Or the guy could just be so awesome, everybody hates him. Who knows? I know nothing. But I would also say my other point to that, it's not the same. God, it's not the same, but I'm going to say it. It's all relative. People could say that about me. I feel like I try to give and I try to help. But do I have some nice stuff that people would be like, well, if you really cared, you wouldn't even have the nice stuff.
Absolutely. I'm not trying to take away their billions or their
I
nice
know.
things.
I
Like no.
But you want them to give their billions, and I do too.
No, I want them to be held accountable to the same standards that we're held to when it comes to paying our taxes.
Fair. However, I hate playing devil's advocate for these people. However, they are creating a ton of business in certain areas for people to have jobs, for people to, if they don't build these factories and warehouses and have in California and that.
Yeah, you create jobs for all of us here and you pay taxes.
No, I don't. It's different.
I know it's different.
I don't want to even advocate for them because I do think they find so many legal ways to avoid taxes. Sometimes they make deals to not pay taxes. Movies do that at times. Baseball teams do that at times. We will build a stadium in your city. Billionaire owner. We want to come to your city. We're going to build a stadium. Taxes, you guys got to pay for it because we don't want to. People are like, why don't you pay for it? You have billions. Oh, do you understand all the jobs it's going to bring to the city? Do you understand what it's going to do economically for the city? That's why you should pay for this stadium for my team. So they avoid, again, paying money out the same way they avoid paying money out if you're a billionaire and you have these Amazon. I saw 2 Amazon trucks this morning just crushing it, and I was like, thumbs up.
What do you mean crushing it?
Like working.
Grinding
early.
grinding away. But I agree with you.
I know. It's just.
Okay, I'm just presenting the perspective of someone who does not have an understanding of what the real world is like. They just know what legally they can get away with and what their goals are and why they can justify not paying taxes because they have created all these jobs for all these people. And that's part of the reason I have to pay taxes.
I think Warren Buffett is the only really rich guy that I kind of think has a little bit of a normal head on his shoulder.
Could have also been before it was an arms race to have the most money ever to make it high on the list.
And by rich, I mean like these incredibly wealthy.
Mhm.
Like,
yeah, he's very much a give back guy. He's very much a guy who's like, I'm going to die and not leave my kids any money. But he also said, like, I get my kids a ton of resources while they're alive to
Well,
make
sure.
their own money. And
yeah. Okay, I get it. Well,
I
anyway.
agree with you for the record.
Mm-hmm.
But I also saw the video and thought, PR made him grow his hair out a little bit in his face.
Yeah, I didn't. That's why it's probably why for a second I was like, "Is this AI?"
He's like, he's good. He turned good on us.
Yeah, this is like not him. There's these. This just made me think of another video I saw, and this is very much real. But these 2 girls out of Utah, I don't even know much more than these videos that I saw. But the data centers that Kevin O'Leary
yeah, this is a
wanting to
disaster.
put up in Utah, And there's these two girls, and they work for Democratic campaigns. You can hire them.
But they're normal people.
Normal
they're
people.
not Chinese
No.
nationals.
No, and what was so hilarious is they put together a reel where Kevin O'Leary is doing an interview, and he's calling them out by name. It would be like if he was like, Morgan Massengill and Amy Brown, these two girls in Utah, but they are Chinese operatives. And then it would cut to them, and they're sitting at like a desk at their office,
They
and
could
they're
not
like,
be
"Hi,
more normal people. Yeah, we're
They're
Amy
like,
and Morgan.
Hi, I'm Amy. I'm Morgan, and we're not Chinese operatives. We've just lived in Utah our entire lives, and we're very passionate about the fact that this data center
That data
doesn't need
center,
to come here.
40,000 acres in Utah, larger than Manhattan in New York.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they start pointing out all the politicians there that are like, hey, fun fact. And they've got Post-it notes to like build their case. And they're like, fun fact, this person that voted this, they own this much land right near the data center. Could be a coincidence.
There's so much corruption. It's never been more corrupt, I don't think, than right now.
Yeah.
But these data centers, why people are upset about them is could affect water, could affect the air, taking up a lot of land, obviously. That there is no bigger one that I believe than the one they're wanting to put in Utah. I think it's the biggest one.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of towns, small towns, that are agreeing to it because of the positive financial impact without really knowing what's going to happen environmentally.
What's the paper that Bezos owns?
Washington Post.
Oh. Didn't know that. Because you kind of said that. You're like, yeah, he has his own paper.
What if I said like the Arkansas Democrat Gazette?
I'm like, wow, he owns that, huh?
You'd be like, I don't know that one either.
Okay, Lunchbox.
Man, there's a guy in Grapevine, Texas, and he has a Cybertruck. And there were some people over visiting his neighbors, like, hey, you guys want to go for a ride in it? He takes them for a ride, and he goes, you want to see the wade mode? I guess it can go across creeks and bodies of water. So he drove it out into the lake, and he went too far, and water got into the charging port, shut down the Cybertruck, and they had to be rescued.
So it's a wade mode, maybe not a swim mode. Is there a like a level of water where it does not work anymore?
Yeah, I guess because the water got in the charging port, made it short circuit. And
3 feet maybe. Like there's got to be a level.
But it is promoted to have a waiting mode.
Yeah, it has
That's crazy.
I had no
that.
idea. I was like, what? I thought he was just being crazy, but then I read about it and it's like, it's a real thing where you can go across creeks and bodies of water.
There is a suspension lift where it lifts the car up a little bit, the truck, I guess, to very high to clear obstacles and keep the cabin out of the water. It uses an internal system to pressurize the battery, often referred to as a scuba pack, creating internal pressure to prevent water from seeping into sensitive electronic components. But again, it drives slowly 1 to 3 miles an hour, and there's a maximum wade depth of 32 inches, so not quite 3 feet, but yeah.
But so my question is, so he gets arrested, right, for going in the water at this lake. Now, when he files an insurance claim, are they going to deny that?
I would think so.
So he has I don't know how much, a Cybertruck's expensive, right?
100 grand. It's probably cheaper now, 80 grand, if I'm guessing.
So he just wasted $80,000.
Showing off.
The Tesla Cybertruck starts at 70 grand for the base model.
Oh my God.
And models that add more are around $100,000. But all-wheel drive, $81,000 to $99,000. You know, I'm very thankful. I'd like to have a moment of thankfulness here. I'm glad I didn't buy a Cybertruck.
Were you thinking about
When
it?
it first came out, I flirted with it because I thought, man, Teslas, they charge so easy in so many places. And I kind of love the electric vehicle thing.
Uh-huh.
And then it got real douchey real quick, and I didn't. But yeah, I did think about it.
Yeah, I guess for a minute.
It's so cool. Let me tell you.
Oh, still?
You see a Cybertruck,
Oh, this
it is really cool.
Yeah.
And my kids freak out too.
I think for kids, it would be
Kids-
cool. I don't
kids
think
freak
it's
out.
cool at all anymore. You do, though?
I still, I mean,
That's cool.
I will say
I'm
that.
not judging you.
No. Elon kind of ruins it sometimes when I hear him. I'm like, okay, I don't want to buy that. But just the way it looks, it's like, man, it looks like a tank almost.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cool. And you know how old the guy was that drove it on the lake? You think like a 20-year-old, 70-year-old dude.
70?
You know what? I kind of feel like that makes sense, though. Yeah.
I figured it'd be a 20-year-old trying to show off to the neighbors. It's a 70-year-old dude.
Or an old dude that didn't quite know where he was.
Yeah.
Okay, Eddie.
So remember I told you guys about that golfer that was late to the big tournament, and so when you're late, there's 2-stroke penalty or whatever. Well, he came out right after all that happened, said, man, I was barely late, but I understand the rules. Like, I wasn't there on time, whatever. I'm a laid-back kind of person. Well, now he's blaming it on the caddy, and he fired the caddy. He said the caddy told me that You know, he told me the wrong time. He didn't get me there when I was supposed to get there. So he fired him.
Dang.
Let me think about how I feel about this.
Have you seen the guy? Do you know what he looks like?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing, and he was only a minute late. He was there on the practice screen.
Correct.
But if you're 1 second late, you're 1 second late, right? So, dude, your caddy is an extension of you.
Right. That's why I fired him.
But people were there.
No, as an extension of him, it's his fault.
Oh.
It's his fault.
People there said the caddy was on the green yelling at him, say, "Hey, let's
Oh,
go."
It's the golfer's
so he's
fault.
blaming the like.
He fired him. Straight up fired him.
I mean, I get it, but like, really, has the caddy been like, "No, dude, I told you
Doesn't
at
matter.
the right time"?
He probably is looking little
Yeah.
scapegoaty situation here.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Maybe
Where did
somebody
he finish
else
in the
will.
tournament?
He got cut.
He didn't make the cut.
He didn't
By
make
one
the cut.
stroke.
Because after the first day, he was only 2 back from the lead.
Yeah,
and that was the
correct.
2 that he got. I know he didn't make the cut.
So this is crazy. So he didn't make the cut, which means that he didn't.
he's embarrassed now. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was +5 after 2 rounds. The cut line was +4.
Oh, so he fired the caddy after he got cut? Because if he hadn't gotten
Correct.
cut, he maybe wouldn't have fired
Right.
the caddy. Okay, so yeah, he's just
butt hurt.
making decisions based off his emotions.
Yeah.
I didn't know he didn't make the cut.
Yeah, he barely missed the cut. And I found out too that when you miss the cut at these big major tournaments, they give you $4,500, and that's kind of like your thank you for coming.
For a long time, it was nothing.
Yeah.
But whenever Liv came and they had to make some new rules, they were like, okay, anybody that just is in the tournament will make sure they get paid too.
Yeah. So I mean, he came out with a little bit of money, I guess.
Didn't pay for his trip.
No, or the caddy
Because
really.
you got to pay for all that yourself. It's a bad move. Okay, Morgan.
So, Joey Chestnut, he's famous for eating all the foods, doing all the things. Well, he has now also been arrested because he slapped somebody.
What'd the person do that got slapped?
So, he was in a bar in Indiana. It was about 2 a.m., and it looks like, based on the security footage, that a fan walked up to him, they shook hands, and then the fan said something, and Chestnut's like demeanor changed, and that's when he slapped the guy across the face.
I need to know what the fan said.
Yeah.
It's interesting. He slapped him.
And didn't punch him?
Didn't punch him.
Maybe you don't want to hurt your hand.
Yeah.
Because I've thought about that too.
Really?
Yeah, like if I don't know that I would slap. I think I would go elbow. It's a quick elbow or knee to the nut.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hurt my knuckles.
Slap just seems weird. I wouldn't even call a slap a fight, really.
Okay, let me slap you.
Well, but that wouldn't be we wouldn't.
You ever watch
fight.
slap fights?
Yo, dude,
Oh
those are
my
serious.
gosh.
I hate watching those clips. I can't watch those clips. Their whole face goes. So what else? Anything else?
So he did admit he was very drunk and he didn't remember the altercation, but when police showed him the surveillance footage, he acknowledged that he thinks he took offense to something that person said. So he pled guilty to a Class B misdemeanor battery, and he's on probation for 180 days.
Yeah, probation. Does that mean like can he still compete?
Yeah, he has no travel
Yeah, it just
restrictions.
depends what the rules are.
Okay.
Yeah, like they said that you can still travel. You can just stay out of trouble for
Still eat
180
hot
days.
dogs?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
You know, it does kind of make you look tough.
To slap someone in
Anybody
a bar?
in a bar, if somebody messes with you and you pop them one,
Slapping doesn't make you look tough.
I don't think so, man.
Slapping makes you look like a
it
bee.
depends how you slap. If you slap like this, because slapping also is very demeaning towards that person if it's a good slap. Like if you slap me, that means you think so little of me. You think that a slap is like I'm just a little bee and you just slapped a bee.
Uh-huh.
You punch me, it means well you thought I was strong enough to take a punch. But also by the slapper, if you slap like this, that also looks bad. But if you're like, what are you even doing? Whack! You like that? That slap makes them look like a little punk.
You like that.
Like think about that.
Oh, you mean like a pup?
No, I'm talking about
Like
like
a-
let's.
like
I'm
a
not.
pop, pop,
I'm not gonna hit you, but let's say it's Eddie.
Well-
Eddie's like saying something. I'm like, say it again. I'm gonna pop you one.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
punk.
it's like a
You
pop.
heard me, you
It's like
punk.
his-
Say it again. Boom. Point right at him.
Oh wow.
Like that right there. They look like the little bee because
And
they
then-
didn't even deserve a punch. They got a slap and they shut up.
And so did the guy fight back, or he just take the slap?
I think he just took a slap.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
wow.
wasn't a fight.
Exactly.
Huh.
Little bee.
Yeah, he is a bee. I will say the one time I got into a fight, it wasn't a slap really, but it was like a backhand. You know what I mean? Like I hit him with the back of my fist. Because you're right, I didn't really want to punch. I'd never punched anyone in my life, and so I was like, man, I really don't want to punch this guy. So I kind of went backwards, hit him with the back of my fist.
Well, that's why too. Whenever those UFC guys and someone's on the ground, they don't punch with their fist down.
Right.
They punch hammer.
Yes,
Yeah.
the hammer punch.
Because
yeah.
again, to punch like this, your hand is at risk.
Breaking
You are
those
going to
knuckles.
break your knuckles. So, and it does look kind of feminine when they do it, but that's why
Yeah.
when they're going, like fit when they're down on the ground. But that's why, because this
We got a little
doesn't bend or
padding.
break. Yeah, this nothing can bend backward or break. This frontward way, knuckles can break, fingers can break.
You ever punch someone?
No, I slapped a couple people.
Really?
Hmm
What's worse, if you backhand a dude or like?
I don't want to backhand because it's gonna hurt my hand,
That's true. I didn't think about it.
and also it's not gonna be as strong. It's not gonna be as quick.
I don't know, man. The guy hit. He cried. 7th grade.
Wow.
And then he cried, and he didn't say anything about it. He just was quiet in class, didn't say anything. And then the next day, the next class, the principal came and like, Eddie, I need to talk to you. He told on me to the next teacher,
Got slapped.
and then he's dead.
What?
He died.
From the slap?
No, I think he had
Complications of the
Cancer. I
slap?
think he had cancer or
Oh,
something.
Eddie.
Dang.
I know. I was really sad when I found out, but I mean, must have been like 10 years ago.
Oh. I've never hit anything in the face, anybody or anything in the face.
Lunchbox, have you?
Yeah, I got in a fight 7th grade. This kid in 6th grade, the day before, he walked by as I was walking out of school and like kind of kicked the back of me, and I turned around and he ran off. So that next morning I went up to his locker, shoved him in the locker, and went at it. And then just like little fights with my brother and friends in the neighborhood, like Aaron and Forrest. And
Classic Aaron and Forrest.
Always.
Aaron, let me tell you, Aaron
Because you
and
guys will like
Forrest-
fight and then make up, right? And then
Well, yeah,
kiss.
but no, we wouldn't kiss. But you want to know who liked to fight? Aaron and Forrest. They could fight. They got in a lot of fights, and they
with
were
each
good-
other?
They each other or just people. Like I mean,
Why would they fight each other? They're friends.
I know, but you just
They
get
just like
mad
to
at each
fight.
other. But dude, I'm
Weird.
telling you, Taco Cabana, freaking gyms.
Dude, Taco Cabana at night.
Oh,
Bump
They got
him.
rowdy,
You're
man.
always one spot away from a fight. It's
definitely some good fights.
great
man.
queso. Love the tacos,
Yeah.
but man, don't be talking to anybody. Because after about 11 o'clock at Taco Cabana, there could be a fight at any moment, and you could be in it.
100.